about the hour of 8 right here on Super 92.7 FM Lagos. Yes, it's time for us to dissect trending stories relating from politics, business, government, health, education, security, and trending matters in our dear country, Nigeria. Lagos, welcome to Spotlight on Super 92.7 FM. I am Michael Young. Today, we had two PENGASSAN and DANGOTE, where we look at matters arising and the gas scarcity. Do I let you know that several eminent Nigerians had intervened in the recent face-off between the Dangote refinery and the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASSAN, stressing that workers' right to organize should not be overstretched to cripple the Nigerian economy. The concerned Nigerians stated that the welfare of workers should not be left on the back burner of corporate goals, maintaining that no enterprise can succeed without motivated and fairly treated workers. Now, joining us live to review these issues of PENGASSAN and Dangote, and also the scarcity of gas in Nigeria. He's a former chairman of PENGASSAN in Port Harcourt zone. That's talking about Mr. Azubike Madubezi. I hope I got that name correctly. Good morning and welcome to the program, Mr. Azubike.
Yeah, good morning and thank you for having me.
All right, welcome to the program today. But what is intriguing is that one started years ago as a businessman. The other, PENGASSAN, started years ago also to protect national interests and safeguard the welfare of workers in the oil and gas industry. But today, as we're talking right now, they are colliding. They are on collision course. The federal government and a lot of Nigerians have waded in. The Shetima, that's the vice president, had come in to say something. Senate Oshomole, Alin Dume, a lot of people have come in to make a comment and to try to wade into the crisis between PENGASSAN and Dangote. But the big question comes: should Dangote have fired 800 workers because it is restructuring? Another big question comes: should PENGASSAN have shut down their services? Is there something in play here? Is this about power? There are so much questions in regards to this, but let's take it one after the other. Take us through all of these things, in these big questions. What is at play here? What is really happening?
Okay, once more, thank you for having me, and I appreciate what you people are doing to the interest of the public. I appreciate our listening public. Today, each and every one of us are of the view that this country must work for the betterment of everyone. An opportunity for everyone, irrespective of where you find yourself, to be able to raise your potentials and harness them effectively. In the industry, oil and gas industry, all of us know, yes, one of the mainstay of Nigerian economy. And when you are going to an environment, you must look at the laws of the land. And part of it is what Dangote did, and I'm sure he looked at various laws guarding his investments. And part of the things in the law is, look, the workers have rights to be organized. It's a fundamental right, freedom of association. So I think this is exactly in exercise to this freedom. PENGASSAN as a body embodies the group of workers in the oil and gas industry at a senior staff level. The action on this section of the law, we're able to organize the workers of Dangote. And I think it's beating the ambits of the law for them to do that. So there's nothing like power play. And if anybody says there's a power play, I think the person may not be honest as much as I can attest. So I feel what the Pengassan and Dangote issues should border more on what the laws of the land says. The laws of the land give people the rights to freely associate.
Okay.
And in one place, you are aware,
which is not compulsory. The right to associate, which is not a compulsory act, right? The right, we understand that the right to associate is not compulsory. I can choose to join the association. I can choose not to join. Isn't it?
Exactly. It's voluntary.
Okay.
It's voluntary. And for Pengassan to come, you must have indicated interest to be part of them. Pengassan will not force you. But as soon as you indicate interest to be part of them, it means that the law establishing Pengassan will be binding on you. So it's voluntary. There's no doubt about that. So, but once you are elected to be part and parcel of it, it should be respected. That's what the law says. And Nigeria have ratified a lot of conventions by the ILO that borders on this thing. So if you look at our laws, section 98, if you look at our ILO convention 87 and 98, they give credence to what we are saying. So while we know it's not by force, it is voluntary, and once someone have that interest, you don't need to hinder the person from exercising that freedom.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. Oh,
so what I'm saying is, there's nothing like power play. It is an exercise to the freedom as guaranteed by the law of the land.
So why the big question now, as we've been asking, I keep saying it, is that why did Dangote have to lay off 800 workers just because probably they joined the same Pengassan? Why did Pengassan have to also shut down their services? That's what I'm saying. It's a power play. One is saying that, okay, try me. The other one is saying, okay, you want to tempt me, then let me tell you who I am. So if you're saying that this is not an issue of power play, and remember, Vice President Shetima also come and said, see, Dangote is even more important in this aspect because of how important they are to the country, how well they've benefited the economy, how well they've helped the economy. So now you're saying that it's voluntarily to join the association, and Dangote is saying, okay, I want our people not to join the association that's called Pengassan. But Pengassan is saying that, no, you must be part of this association. Now, your words seem contradictory, Mr. Azubike. Maybe you enlighten us more.
Okay, let me tell you, part of what the ILO Convention said that workers should not be discriminated in exercising that freedom of association. So it is quite unfortunate if the vice president, I feel bad, maybe he was quoted out of context. If the vice president have said that, like you said, Dangote has more this than this thing, and I read it where he said Pengassan cannot be bigger than. That's not right.
All right.
Pengassan cannot be bigger than
maybe
the
we
law.
should listen to
Dangote cannot be bigger than the law. The law of the federation is far above every other person. If in exercise of my freedom of right association as enshrined by the law makes me not to be above the law, so be it. I must be in tandem with the law of the land. And that's exactly what the Pengassan is saying. Dangote can never be above the law of the land. And if Vice President Shetima could say that, then I will be able to question whether he took oath of office using Nigerian Constitution.
Okay, let's listen to the president, the vice president again, and then he understands. We understand better in all of this.
On this note, I want to dwell on something that is very dear, a topical issue that is very dear to the heart of every Nigerian. Aliko Dangote is not an individual, he's an institution. And he's the leading light in Nigeria's economic firmament. And how we treat this gentleman will determine how outsiders will judge us.
That's the Vice President Kashim Shettima talking really about wading into the issues between PENGASSAN and Dangote. He says that this gentleman called Aliko Dangote, how we treat him, how he's being treated in Nigeria will determine what the outsiders, the outside world, the foreigners will look at him as. Well, we still have Comrade Zubuke Maduizi, former chairman of PENGASSAN and Rivers State Zone. Mr. Zubuke, you heard that from Shatima. Says, how is he being treated? Is it that he still go back to the power play we talked about? Is that something probably Nigerians don't know about this PENGASSAN Dangote? I talked about power play, and you said no, there were no issues of power play. There's nothing like power play. It's just the issues, or it's just the concerns of welfare of the people in the oil and gas industry. You had the vice president there. How Aliko Dangote is being treated determines more of what is going to get, or how the outside world, or the people outside, the foreigners, the outside countries sees Nigerians. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I think it's really very unfortunate that this is coming from the vice president. I'm sorry to say it, but it really shows the vice president he's not interested in the sanctity of the law of the federation.
So what's unfortunate about it? Maybe you should enlighten us more. What's that unfortunate thing you want to bring up?
It is unfortunate that the vice president will tell you the way we treat. How did we treat Dangote? That they want the law of the federation to be respected. I think he goes about to tell the people. The implication is that people are looking at it that, it means that Nigeria don't even respect their law. The law of the federation says the workers have the right to organize. The workers have the right of freedom of association. And then somebody said, I'm a worker, I want to exercise that freedom. And then somebody is not telling you we should treat the man who said, no, you are to exercise that freedom. Does it mean that we don't have respect for our laws? It is quite unfortunate. And that's the people who are representing us, who took out of office to protect the sanctity of the Constitution. What does the Constitution say about that labor laws? This is exactly what we should be talking about. Nobody, I can tell you, nobody that doesn't value the input of Dangote to the economy of Nigeria. Nobody.
Dangote,
but beyond that,
okay.
Dangote is a businessman. Dangote is not running his business on sentiment. Dangote is not running his business on welfareism. Dangote is interested in his profits. We should be able to understand that. So if the vice president is saying that, it means that the vice president have accepted that them as a political class have failed this country. That's the implication.
But it seems to be like PENGASSAN doesn't understand that the Dangote is also important to the economy.
No. And that's what I said. There's no man in this country that don't value what Dangote is doing. But beyond that, you can't do that against the law of the country. Are you telling me, for instance, let me give instance.
All right.
There are fundamental laws in this country. Okay. If Dangote go against the environmental laws of the country, we will leave him because he's impacting positively on the economy of the country. Is that what we are saying?
Absolutely not. But then else.
So, these are challenges. And then somebody said, I want to be a member of the union in the sector I find myself. And they said, no, you can't be. In exercise to what the law says. And the next thing you fire those people. And people are just firing it. Let me tell you, 800 people fired.
Yeah.
Times it by 6. That's the number of people we have fired. 800 people fired. Times it by 6. Because each worker has not less than 6 people that they take care of in this country. Let's be honest. It's just like I feel what we need to start looking at is that for a family to grow, the mother and father must be there to take care of the child. So PENGASSAN or the union have to be there as workers. And if workers say they don't want to be in the union, believe me, nobody will ask anybody to be part of the union. Like I said, it's voluntary.
So it's looking as if the workers want to really join PENGASSAN, but then Dangote has given the marching order that either you join, if you join, you leave. So now, let's come to, let's use example now. I mean, you want to probably you want to be given a position by the federal government, and the federal government is saying, okay, for we to give you a ministerial position or give you whatever position it is, you have to renown every union that you're into, probably NLC, PENGASSAN, or whatever it is. And you know that, looking back, you know that, man, this system is in a way, it will help, will put food on your table, and also had some credentials to who you are. So don't you think that 50-50, you can either go take the job or probably go join the union? Why do one have to lose one for one?
You see, this is where it becomes an unfortunate situation in this country. That I'm a member of a union doesn't stop me from contributing. First, somebody who took oath of office on the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria is telling me to denounce union that is enshrined in
former chairman, sir.
There's a problem somewhere.
Former chairman, sir. Let me land. Now, he who pays the pipers, they take the tune. I want to pay you, and I'm saying, see, Mr. Azubike, this is my money.
If you are playing the pipe against the law of federation, what happened? It must be in tandem with the law of the federation.
How is it against the law? It's involuntary. Like you said it yourself that it's voluntarily.
Yes.
You said it yourself that it's voluntarily. So I can either wish to and wish not to.
I can't force you to be in the PENGASSAN.
Of course.
If your trade is in oil and gas.
Of course.
But when once you now indicate interest, in exercise to my fundamental right of freedom of association, I want to join PENGASSAN. You write to PENGASSAN, PENGASSAN will accept you, and I write to your management that look, this man is now my member. What is wrong about it in exercising his fundamental rights?
Sometimes ago, maybe last year, Dangote came out to say that, see, what is really happening is that more in the oil industry, there are mafians. There are more mafians than even in the drug industry. He had said all of these things before.
Is he part of the mafia, and he's in the oil industry? So he's part of the mafia. If he's in
let's hear from him.
Well, yes. Most likely, because in business, I've said this in my interview before, where I said that I never knew that the oil industry mafia are stronger than the drug cartel. It's a big cartel. I will say this anywhere. The issue that you are right, they can say, okay, fine, to make sure that this refinery doesn't work, we'll keep selling cheaper. But right now, they won't be able to sell cheaper because they will not be able to take local currency. We will take local currency. We have the refining capacity, not only to satisfy Nigeria, we have refining capacity that is almost twice the consumption of Nigeria.
That's Aliko Dangote saying that, well, it's a big cartel. And that leads me to this question, former chairman, sir, to say that, could it be, is this something that maybe Nigerians don't know, that there are some people behind the hurdle of PENGASSAN? Some people who maybe feels like they are not able to reach Dangote, because there are a time where they say, oh, Dangote is trying to mobilize. So maybe there are cartels, there are people who are in a way of extension trying to use PENGASSAN to pay back to Dangote. Maybe can enlighten us on that.
I think this is a very false narrative, and it's diversionary, and they are creating a different narrative. PENGASSAN is an independent body. People by the best brain, I can tell you, there's no profession that is not in PENGASSAN. So if anybody comes and tell you because they want to use PENGASSAN, I think the person should be the worst enemy of this country. Let me tell you, what is the problem? What is the challenge? That people say that they want to be in the union. in exercise to their freedom of association. Is it a problem? So how then will the people use that against Dangote? I think that's a false narrative. And I think Nigerians are more intelligent than this kind of a lazy argument. There's nobody, nowhere. It's like telling me, Dangote is telling you he doesn't know that there are cabal and that. They are in business. He's not telling me for me to clap for him. They know themselves. So nobody, I can tell you, there's nobody that will use PENGASSAN to achieve his or her own ulterior motive. No. Remember, I said, and I'll repeat,
okay,
PENGASSAN will only function where there's organization. So PENGASSAN will always try to protect every organization in order for them to prosper. Like we said, we always use as a slogan, may PENGASSAN not die in our time. How will PENGASSAN not die if there's no organization? So we push to make sure the organization, succeed so that PENGASSAN can equally succeed.
It's time for us to open the doors to Nigerians who want to be part of this conversation today. Well, Lagos, you can be part of this conversation. I will still have here the former chairman, PENGASSAN in Rivers State, Comrade Azubuike Madubeze. Well, call us 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. Or you can call 0802 502 7711. 0802 502 7711. Who do we have there? Hello.
Good morning, Michael.
Yes, welcome to the program.
It's Ben from Iba.
All right, Ben from Iba, please make your comment.
Your guest, you see, PENGASSAN is an association of corruption. There's no benefit for we in Nigeria. It's just for their belly, all those their big belly. They want to go to Dangote refinery and set up their canopy. Each trailer that load fuel, they will collect their money. And before a trailer will start to work, they will register. Ask him how much. Just ask a guest when I drop phone, how much to register a trailer in the association to start to work. Ask him how much for a trailer to load fuel. How much I'm not sure. I hear 160 something thousand. I'm not sure. Please, I'm not sure. Let him tell us the actual amount they collect. Why they are fighting all this battle against Dangote? Do we have a Nigerian Labour Congress? Do you have all these type of people that protect workers? Go to commercial banks. You will see about 80% of them are contract staffs. See what Chinese, India, Lebanese, other people are doing to Nigerian workers. They will lock them inside warehouse. They work from morning till night. How much are they paying them? 20,000, 30,000 monthly salary. And are they protected? Some of them machine cut their hand. Why Dangote now? Why Dangote? Is it not a private business? What should you be forcing these workers to join? Okay, now these workers have joined now. 800 and something people that their family celebrated. They throw party. You don't know what it means. Dangote pay them well. Get to send them to overseas for training. After training, brought them back here, gave them job. Everybody's the judge. Their families are. Your guest was right. He said about one of them, about 6 people. That is true. Now all of them have lost their job because of association, WhatsApp group, that which got to them. So that any small thing, they will press button. All these people will shut down production. That is what they plan. Now Dangote have replaced them with India. Let them go and tell India people to join association. They should go and tell India people to join association.
All right, thank you very much. God bless you too. Well, who do we have there? Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, my name is Godwin. I'm calling from Lekki.
All right, Godwin from Lekki. Please make your point.
Okay, what I've got to say this morning is PENGASSAN should leave Dangote alone, please. Because I don't see PENGASSAN as parasites. They are feeding on where they did not sow. They are not fighting for Nigerians. They are fighting for themselves. They should please leave Dangote alone. If they want to fight, they should go and look for all these private individuals that are enslaving their staff. They should go and look for all these people that Chinese people and other people that are enslaving Nigerians, not Dangote. Dangote is trying to solve problems. He's trying to help Nigerians. So PENGASSAN should just leave Dangote alone, please. They are all parasites. They are feeding on where they did not sow. Please. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Well, who do we have there? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to the program. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Good morning, Mr. Michael Young. My name is Peter Usifu. I'm calling from Abanoja in Ikotu.
All right, Peter Usifu from Ikotu. Please make your point.
You can see that many people are in support of Dangote. And you cannot force an employee on his employer. So, and I also believe that PENGASSAN is totally wrong. They would have gone to court of arbitration, court of arbitration to see that the workers in Dangote are called back instead of going on strike. That means that what people have been talking about, the cabal and the cartel in the oil industry, is actually true. They are there to sabotage the oil industry. You see, so, and when we talk about the national grid tripping off or national grid collapsing, it means they're sabotaging it. PENGASSAN have come to show us that. So please, in a similar kind, in fact, Professor Sifo, the president of PENGASSAN, would have been in detention if not for democracy. If it were to be a military regime or...
You mean Sifo being in detention? Why?
I'm making sure that the price of gas, that there's no gas, no availability of gas. He should have been in detention by now to answer some questions by DSS. So they should not do it again. And please,
right, thank you very much.
Period, they should just not go on unnecessary strike during this festive period.
Right, thank you very much.
New Year period.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, we have to take a short break now. When we return, the conversation continues. Please stay with us.
We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. Switch to the good side of life here on 92.7 Super FM. When life gets complicated, stick with the basics here on 92.7 Super FM.
The face is there on your screen. Just enjoy the process as you bet on your teams. Withdraw winnings anytime, no stress. Yep, the game starts with 1xBet. DRUMNG. That's the promo code to get 300% welcome bonus on 1xBet NG. 18 plus, so play responsibly. Yeah.
Hey, see package. This is what I call full house.
Yes, sir. That's me.
Huh? Who's talking about you? I'm talking about this Peak Yogurt Drink Full House pack in your hand.
The Peak Yogurt Drink 1 liter Full House pack with more refreshment contains fresh cow milk. Share and enjoy full house goodness filled with essential vitamins and minerals. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Lagos, una don ready? Something we go shake ground don come o. From October 16th, go reach October 18th, 2025. Now, Glory of God Conference 2025. We go gather, shake everywhere. Best way they host them, now Bayo Ojulari and Kava Evangelical Ministry. Better 3 days of power, worship, and divine encounter. Where you no fit forget. Ministers of God, we go shake stage that day. Pastor Edem, Pastor Chintok Ishaku, Bayo Ojulari, Pastor Chris Delvan, Pastor Benga Ajibola, Caleb David, Moses Akko, Apostle Tyrone, lost our worship minister, T.Y. Bello. We go lead us, enter him presence. Mark the date to October 16th to 18th, 2025. Now time where Glory of God go show clear. Make your heart the expectamo. Follow us on top social media at Bayo Ojulari and at Kava_ministry for update. The Glory of God Conference 2025. Atmosphere of fire, worship and transformation. Not just here and from out. Make sure say you did there live.
Super FM 92.7.
We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. Switch to the good side of life here on 92.7 Super FM.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. 92.7 Super FM.
Glad to have you back. Yes, it's still Spotlight on Super FM 92.7. And we're looking at the Pengassan versus the Dangote. Matters arising and the gas scarcity. Well, quickly before we go into the scarcity of gas, there have been talks about that. We still have former chairman Pengassan in Rivers State, Comrade Zubike Madubezi. Comrade, I'm sure you heard the callers.
Yes.
Do you want to make any comment?
Yes, let me make one or two comments. One, let Nigeria be educated that the labor union does not stop only in public enterprise. The law is very clear. Workers, irrespective of where you whether the organization is private or public, have the right to be in association. So let's Nigerians get this clear so that we can understand ourselves. Because when we don't get these things, it's from the area people tend to stick their discussions. So workers have rights to belong to the association where they trade, whether in public or private organization. Again, someone mentioned about the Chinese and that's true. You ask yourself a question, you have Ministry of Labor, what are they doing? And that's why I said, for any organization to establish, the loss of land must be presented to the person. And the person must go through, the investors must go through the loss of the land. And when they look at the loss of the land as something that they can be able to uphold, they put in their money. If it's not something they can uphold, what happened? They jet away. But if Chinese, the Indians in quotes, have come to the country, invested with our loss of the land, if we don't respect the loss of the land, then we cannot start these issues about how workers are being treated. And like I said, unionism is voluntary. People will not force you to be part of the union. If the workers in that area intend to be part and parcel of the union, they subscribe. Even in our various meetings, when you go to your various meetings, there are certain things you do to relate to your membership. For instance, you can pay monthly dues, you can pay yearly dues. You do that. It is not peculiar to Pengassan. So this sometimes I call it blackmail. We should drop it. It doesn't work. Then again, and somebody will. The other one I mentioned issue that had to do with what is it? Okay, the
so
Pengassan,
who is blackmailing who? Pengassan or Dangote?
From the analysis, you now see what people are saying. Why must they go to private organization? What is the implication? Is it what the law is saying? And somebody is not saying that they are benefiting from where they did so. What is Pengassan benefiting? Pengassan is not benefiting, or Union is not benefiting from anything from the company. What they benefit?
A caller had asked that to register or to join Pengassan, is there a payment? Or
do is to tell I want to be part of this. What Union can?
No, I mean a tanker, a tanker.
Good.
Petrol.
I'm Pengassan, I'm not to Peng.
Yeah.
But from the little knowledge I know about this is actually a blackmail. How can you say that the Nupeng is taking 150,000, 80,000, and that's blackmail? You be a member of the union association, you pay certain dues. Like
how much?
I said,
How much is this dues?
It depends on their category. Even you, in your association, if you are in your association, that's dues you pay. You pay rebates and all those stuff. Everybody does that. Those who are even in their village meetings, they pay dues.
Okay, well, thank you very much for this. Now, let's also go to the fact that, the phone lines are busy. Before we come to that, let's quickly look at it because of our time. The Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, that's Bayo Ojulari, says that this scarcity of cooking gas now is because of Pengassan. Well, before you address that, let's quickly open the phone lines again. It's 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. You can also send us a message via WhatsApp on that number 0705 6900 927 or call 0802 0802 502 7711. 0802 502 7711. Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who do we have there?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, welcome to the program. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
This is Mabubalide.
All right, Usman, please, can you turn down the volume on your radio set?
It's done. This is Mabubalide.
Please go ahead. 1 minute.
All those beggars, look at the problem that they cut to Nigeria now. To buy gas now, you need to keep. Or you see your gas, 3,000. This is the problem. All those people.
3,000. Where are you filling gas for 3,000? What location?
Ikorodu now.
Ikorodu. Okay.
You queue self. Not be saying you just come by you queue. You are queue to buy for. You are queue to buy gas. Yeah. For this problem, this few human beings call themselves union, go to Nigeria. Yeah. These people, they cannot strike for the refinery to work. So Nigeria refinery to work, but they will strike for somebody's business. Yeah. They say they are called themselves union. Your union refinery is not working. You are collecting salary every month. You are collecting salary. The refinery is not working. Wait first. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's go to other lines. Hello, who do we have there?
Yeah, good morning. My name is Tijani from Ikorodu.
Tijani from Ikorodu.
Yes.
Well, can you confirm that gas is 3,000? Somebody the caller just said now that gas is 3,000.
No, depending on the area you are, actually, it's between 2,500 to 3,000, depending on the area, you know. And then the thing just skyrocketed like a week or 2 weeks back. I think it's because of this PENGASSAN issue. Trust me, you know, for every organization, unionism is very, very okay. But when this union are now bringing problem to impoverish the already impoverished people, then that union, like all these union, NLC, I used to support them, you know, and even PENGASSAN. But nowadays, they're just like, I don't know how to describe them. They are menace. I don't want to use bad words against them. People are already suffering. House rent, everything on top. Now, again, gas has increased. And you are calling yourself, you know, you are saying Dangote. Like that man that just talked now, Usman also. When we say when NNPCL were not working, all those refineries they were not working, you guys are not doing anything. This man, and the man even said something like, Shetima said, our vice president, what if Dangote go and invest in another country? With this, you know, go there and the man is not saying every country has their own, you know, Chinese and Indian. What he's just saying, I don't know how to, I hate these people because people are suffering. People are suffering. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. Well, keep the calls coming in. 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. Or call 0802 502 7711. 0802 502 7711. The other lines is 0802 978 8003. 0802 978 8003. Let's go to our WhatsApp message. This is saying, good morning, crew. Congratulations. PENGASSAN, shepherded by the president, has increased cooking gas. Things as common man, things that common man buy is now a luxury in a petrol country. Just like subsidy is gone statement that shake the foundation of the country, and we are in this nightmare. Look at fuel, kerosene, and now gas. Same PENGASSAN that was banned under Abacha because of their act. Also, they didn't protect when your president removed subsidy and increased fuel from 180 to 870. If it's not Dangote, the fuel now will be at least 1,500. Dangote is a businessman and capitalist, so PENGASSAN should return to status quo for Nigeria interest, not for selfishness. Lekon, so much has been said there. Lekon, truly there was a country. That's Lekon from Lagos. Thank you very much, Lekon, for your message there. Let's come to Mr. Former Commissioner, former Chairman, I beg your pardon, PENGASSAN in River State, Mr. Comrade Azubike. So before we went go to the phone lines there, I was trying to ask you what really is going on with this gas scarcity. You might want to address that also. NNPCL has pointed out fingers on PENGASSAN, said PENGASSAN is the cause of this this gas scarcity. Phil, we're having fuel scarcity. Now it's a gas issue. All of this. We know how much we used to buy gas before. I once bought gas for about 150 naira, 300. But now, I mean, a kg is about 3,000. Where are we heading to? What is really happening? NNPCL has said, all the PENGASSAN responsible. Please, make your comment.
Well, even when you dance on top of rock, your enemy will equally accuse you of splashing water on him or her.
Wow.
I think this is exactly what we are seeing. When we have government that can't even deliver the dividends of democracy, when they see a slight opportunity, let me give you facts.
Okay.
In July, the cost of cooking gas were high compared to August. We are there strike in July. These are things. The failure of government. They are using this as a window and excuse their inability to deliver the dividends of democracy.
Are you saying what NLC is saying is wrong? That what NNPCL, I beg your pardon, what NNPCL is saying is wrong. That it's not PENGASSAN that is actually the cause of this. Because when they shut down, when PENGASSAN had to shut down services and all, don't you think that will affect gas distribution?
Like I said, let's compare and contrast July and August cost of LPG. When you look at that, the empirical facts are there. It was more expensive because of all of us know issue that had to do with demand and supply. So, and again, our gas needs are purely based on importation. There's nobody that should be able to deny that fact. So, and the fluctuation in the prices are the cause. Demand and supply will have issue to do with the cost. By July, like what I said, the cost was a little bit better than that of August. We are there strike on July. That's the question I'm asking. So the people have not been able to put this in place to make sure that the system could equally adjust itself to be able to cater for these eventualities. But unfortunately, they are using a scapegoat of union had a strike. And that's why what happened in August when there was an increase compared to that of July. These are things we need to ask ourselves. And again, if you have a strike of 1 or 2 days, and then they are now attributing the whole challenges upon that strike, it really means that there was nothing on the ground. Because if there's something on the ground, we'll be able to know that within that few days, the system can be able to adjust itself to accommodate that.
Well, some Nigerians have come out to say that PENGASSAN right now is being controlled by politics. Do you agree?
I do not agree. The greater problem today is that we have at the national level. When I mean at national level, and the political level.
Can I hold your thought a little? Let's just take this call. Hello, who do we have there?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
What's your name? Tony from where?
From Lagos.
All right, Tony, can you please turn down the volume on your radio set?
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Just now.
All right, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I want to say is this. The whole thing is bordering on lack of leadership in the country. The leadership we've had over the years have sold out the country without making any solid, concrete foundation that can carry the country along, without depending on their own cronies. When they sold out the country to their cronies and they want to do everything to buttress them and support them to continue to swindle the country, that is what we are having now. If the refineries were working, will anybody come and be supporting Dangote, who is turning to a monopoly? Will anybody? Then the Shetima came and said it's not a single individual, it's an institution. Who are the people that make up that institution in Nigeria that will not obey law? Because they are the powers that be. So what I want to say now is, please, I'm begging Pengassan, for the sake of the poor masses, please, if you know what you can do to suspend that, because the ability to recognize when to move forward and when to move backward is the bedrock of maturity.
All right,
please
thank you.
Show maturity here. Show maturity now, because the populace are now being affected. How can somebody, poor masses that you are fighting for, come and be buying gas at 2,500 or 3,000 per kilogram? That is absurd in a country where we are supposed to be producing oil and gas.
All right,
so please,
thank you very much.
If you know what you do, that fight will continue later. It will continue. You fight, another fight you will add to it, to fight government to make sure that our refineries are working. That is the beginning of the fight. Please help us.
All right, thank you very much for your comment there. You can also drop your message on WhatsApp 0705 6900 927. Yes, that's our WhatsApp number 0705 6900 927. You can also call us through that line 0705 6900 927. All right, Comrade Azubike, you want to round up your thoughts before we went to that phone line? Also, please address this. So, what then? Also, in addition to that, what then do you think, as a former chairman of PENGASSAN, what then do you think is really the cause of this scarcity of gas?
Yeah, before the phone call, I said the greater problem Nigeria is having, we are now shifting all our challenges on the union, forgetting that there are people who were elected. And in our constitution, the primary role of those who were elected were our welfare and our security. I'm sure that tomorrow somebody will not come out and tell you that because of the strike of PENGASSAN, that's why we're having security challenges all over the country. Somebody have come to tell you that the CFO should be arrested. And somebody have failed to understand that the union fought the military. You remember Dadibi, you remember Kokori. They are union people that stood their neck for the interest of the masses. They are members of the union. And then today, the union are being cajoled because they said it is the right of the workers in Dangote to be unionized. And because they are saying that the workers should be unionized, and that's why all the whole restitution are upon the union. So we need to understand that, And then for issue that have to do with the gas, like I said, our consumption is purely dependent on importation. I can tell you that. And then the question becomes, we have our NLLNG. What is the government doing in terms of partnering with LNG to make sure that domestic gas, gas usage locally are fortified before they push to international market? Gas is pure like an international commodity. But then, if we are getting this product down here, why don't we be able to flood the markets? And then a percentage of G coming to the local market, and the other one can go to international days. We can help that. Other thing we need to do. What of the gas infrastructure? What of gas infrastructure? But what are the storage capacity do we have in this country? So and then people would have put on that people like Shetima should be able to resign his position as a vice president because he's not protecting the constitution of the country.
Okay, that's former chairman calling for resignation of the vice president. You have a message here in regards to that, sir. Good morning. Naji has done the right thing by resigning. This means that the DSS has to be taught the right way to do their work. If Naji went this way, what about the president? Why did the president accept Naji's resignation without resigning from his position? He had the same case with the president. What is the president still doing in that office? He should honorable. Well, we also hear of another borrowing. Where have they invested the ones borrowed? Mr. Okay, thank you very much. Chude from Ayetoro. Let's go to the phone lines. Who do we have there? Hello. Hello. Welcome to the program. We have it. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Good morning, sir. This is Samuel calling from Bega.
Ahmed from Bega.
Samuel.
Okay, Samuel from Bega. From Ikeja.
Ikeja.
Please go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, quickly. My brother, I am not happy this morning. We are talking about PENGASSAN and the government. I listened to your guest, and I don't know, I can't even understand the point he's trying to make. You understand? Whose interest is this union? Who are they fighting for? That is number one question we should ask ourselves. This is the union that are here in Nigeria for how many years? Our refineries are not working, and they kept quiet. They failed to hold the government accountable, and somebody built a refinery on his own as a private citizen. And now they are now fighting him, telling us that they want the workers, they are fighting for the interest of the workers. And now look at the mess that they put everybody into, that we cannot afford. It's not, and I want to ask him this question. You are not talking about the price of the gas. We are talking about the non-availability of the gas. There is no gas
thank you.
Anywhere.
All
People
right.
are still looking for it, and he's talking about the price.
Please, let me quickly put one or two things.
Thank you.
What Nigerians should be able to know.
Okay.
PENGASSAN is not a management of are interested in making sure that everything will, like all of them expect. But let me ask, we have what we call the Indrom Element Petrochemical.
Okay.
Managed by Indians.
In 1 minute. We have just 1 minute to wrap up, so let's have to put it together. Okay. Go ahead. I said I was letting you know that we have just 1 minute to wrap it up. So go ahead.
Okay. Indrom Element Nigerians should be able to.
So who is quickly in just 10 seconds? Who is PENGASSAN fighting for, or what are they fighting for?
PENGASSAN is a union of workers in industry
fighting for.
They stand for the welfare of their members,
not Nigerians.
The members are Nigerians. Like I said, 800 workers that were sacked by Dangote.
Okay.
Times it by 6. You know the number of people that have been affected. These are Nigerians.
All right. Thank you very much, Comrade Azubuike Madwezi, former chairman PENGASSAN in River State. Thank you very much for your time on the program.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's how much we can take on the program today. Let's do it again the same time, 8:30 down to 9:30 every day, Monday to Fridays. Have a beautiful day. My name is Michael Young.
We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. Switch to the good side of life here on 92.7 Super FM.
Oh, the only detergent that keeps me bright and fresh. I know they waste time to wash. I thought my clothes have the best, so why go less? You can't wash